All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, like I always do, this morning we're going to waste most of your time because I've already talked about everything we're going to be doing on the live. So, good morning for joining. If you're just joining us, kindly tell us your name and where you are joining us from. As always, what we do here is to um analyze the market for the week and then come back on Friday and see what we did. We analyze the market on Friday, on Mondays, then on Friday, we go back on what we did. Like what we did on last week, it was evident, it was very, very clear. Everything we did last week, they're all here. So from the entries to the analysis, everything that happened from Monday, 26th of February, I'll be 20 waiting. From Monday 23, no, 23rd, yes, of February till the ending of the month on Friday, 27th of everything we took, every trade we took, they are nicely analyzed and they are all here. So the next one we're going to do now is how and what you're going to look out for the week. Yes, it's a new month, it's a new week with a lot of news, a lot of events, and a lot of bombing happening. And a lot of people talked about how their oil is going to tank, how gold is going to pump, whatever. And then price opened yesterday and it was crazy. I was bullish on oil before the weekend closed. I was buying US oil before the week closed. And I woke up to a crazily 22-hour risk to reward this morning because I left my TP open. My only SL is protected. So all these things are what fundamentals does. But if my friend will say that he don't really give a flying F about what fundamental does, that all his analysis is technically driven. I'm not going to argue with you or tell you what you're doing is wrong. No. The idea is to make money at the end of the day. And if your technical is making you money, no problem. I'm not going to argue with you to tell you it's not making you money. My own is let us win at the end of the day. Let us win at the end of the day. So I leave all these things for yearly testing and everything. All the trade I took for this year, I leave all of them on my chart. Not just to clog my numbers area. No, this is how it's being done. So always know how to do that one too. So the next thing now is what are we looking out for this week? Let's cut to the chase immediately. What are we looking out for in this week? So if you look at this place right now, you know that this guy is trying to sell. He's not rocket science, he's trying to sell. And you know the reason why. Why is that? It has already rejected from this key level. First off, rejected from here, rejected, rejected. So this key level now shows that Omo, I am strong. I am strong. You can't just come and blow me past like that. I am strong. That's what this key level meant. So having that in your mind, already showing that okay, you can't just wake up and start and say that, oh, I want to start doing this, I want to start doing that. Because the key level have already shown you where it's headed. Key level don't tell you, say, Omo, this is what I'm going to do this time around. I'm not here to fuck around. I'm not here to play around. I want to do this. And I've told you before about liquidity types. There is the buy side liquidity, there is the sell side liquidity. Clearly looking at this guy, you see that they've already taken out one, two. What is left? All these places, all of them. If you widen it up a bit, like this, this, you start making sense to you. Yes, you can say it's from this place. That this one is just normal, whatever. But then it makes sense. And remember, this is a 4 hour time frame. So it is not just a normal break in 15 minutes or a normal break in 20 minutes or 1 hour or even 45. It broke from a 4 hour time frame. So which means it is strong, which means it is strong. It's not just normal break of structure. Breaking this one, I already show you something that almost we are going to be falling down. And with the news events happening, to tell you that okay, this is what's going to happen. Dollar is trying to regain strength by the trade war that happening. And when dollar is gaining strength, the dollar currencies will fall. GBP USD, Euro USD, SAU USD. Gold is already on its own. That one will be currency. All these currency pairs, AUD, NZD, USD, they will all start buying. And then when those things have start happening, the ones that are USD card, USD this one, USD that one, will start selling, will start tanking. So it is not rocket science. That's just how the analysis and events always play out. Once this one is happening, the opposite will be happening. Do you get? So having said that, that is how it is going to be. So now, coming down to our normal entry time frames, what are we looking out for? What are we looking out for? Coming down to the early time frame, what are we looking out for? So, to my 1 hour time frame, remember, once you've gotten to your 1 hour time frame, what you're looking out for now is break of structure, liquidity, and POI. Break of structure, liquidity, and POI. So you ask yourself, is there any break of structure to the downside on this guy? Or is he just doing normal things? So let's check. So this is the H1, and this is where we're taking ourselves from. So yeah, there's a break of structure. But then those break of structure are already this one, break of structure, liquidity, POI. So now break of structure, liquidity, POI will be this guy here. Do you know why I said that? Because this one already broken from this point. It broke here, double break of structure self, and then you cannot break structure here, and then your liquidity will be on the break of structure. No, I've already told you this thing before, that your break of structure as a newbie, as a beginner, or whatever, your break of structure to the sell side, your liquidity to the sell side should at least give you a V shape. Like what I'm doing here is the most basic. What I'm doing here on this call is the most basic thing you should know. So your liquidity to the downside should be like this if you're buying. Then if you're selling, your liquidity should be like this. So it is the OGs that will say that they use liquidity as from a one candlestick, from a 1 hour candlestick, just any pullback they see is their liquidity. But you cannot do that because you've not learned enough. So make your own to be very clear. Don't go and start copying Tony Ike, because he has been doing it over the years. So it already makes sense to him. Good morning, Prime Boss. Thank you for joining. I'm seeing your name for the very first time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So when you've seen this thing, you know that, okay, at least I saw it well. If you keep using one candlestick as your liquidity, You cannot learn because there are candlesticks everywhere. But when they tell you that if I'm selling, I must see a V-shape liquidity, or what am I doing? This one is V-shape, V-shape. I must see an A-shape liquidity. So, it do not make sense. For example, this is a break of structure here. For this first that we took, it's normal break of structure. It is very clear. It is very clear. And price went down, came up, and did this. This is a V shape. This is an A shape. All these ones here are A shape because it broke and went down, did this A shape, and goes all the way up and tapped. This is A shape, this is A shape. And now this is another break of structure here, here, and another break of structure internally here, here. So double break of structure have already been printed. So now, what is your liquidity? This one is what we're looking for, A shape. After the break of structure happened, it went down, came up, and went down a little bit. So this have already given you your A shape. If you widen it like this, you see that it's A shape. This one here, this move, like, let me use it, right? This one here and this one is already an A shape. So if it coming up again to this place, this is now considered a pure liquidity. You see why I did not take my entry to be this place. I didn't take it to be this place because why? I am not sure that I didn't see any clean A shape for me to start selling. And then my break of structure have already been mitigated in that POI. So why am I selling from there? Did you see it sold from there a little bit, but now it's coming back to take it out? And that's the problem. You're asking yourself, why did price tap me and took me out? It will tap me and take me out. It's not just random. It is because you're not picking your entries correctly. You are not picking your entries correctly. I told my mentee last week that if you wait for liquidity to play out, finish, and you enter your entry, as a day trader, it will not take you like there's no you won't see a very anyhow pullback before that thing happens. You won't see any pullback before the thing happens because everything has happened already. Once liquidity is cleared, nothing again. Price will just move like this one now. You see how price was moving here like this, like this. But once it tapped, they have already cleared that liquidity, which is this one. It tapped and it moved directly. If, like I'm using my normal 3R, if you use your normal 3R, you will not even see a pullback to your TP. You won't see a pullback till your TP has been smashed. We can go back in time and see it is not, I'm not blocking you. You can go back in time and see that once your liquidity has been cleared, you won't see any pullback. You are gone. Look at it. There's no pullback. Look at this one. There's no pullback. Look at this one. I said 1:3. 1:3 is somewhere here. Look at it. 1:3 is somewhere here. From that entry, there's no pullback at all. It's hit immediately. We'll still do it from in other pairs as we keep going. So now I've shown you the reason why I'm selling from this place. Why? Because it is fresh and the key level is also fresh. So it means we are now bearish on this guy. So from this place, your entry will now be somewhere here. My TP, my SL was somewhere here because of this week. This week is news, of course, but I don't really want to be very I want to be very realistic with my settings. So if we're taking a loss, let's know that we covered the zone we are meant to cover. You cannot just be like, say, we don't sell because we feel like selling. So the overall target should be somewhere here first, somewhere here. But you can't just set it somewhere there because you get what they call obstacles. There are obstacles. Let me use the normal terms that we all know: supplies and demands. You don't just expect all these zones to just be blown off. This zone here, and whatever. That's why my risk to reward is always first 1:3, and then 1:5. So from this place to this place, I've already given up 1:5. So we are okay. Somewhere here, we are fine. So this is 4 hour and this is 1 hour entry. So once price comes to that point, look for a confirmation and sell. If you get a good confirmation self, you can get these trades much easier. You can get the trade in 10 hour, in 6 hour, in 7 hour. But using this overall target, using this overall risk without confirmation, it is 5 risks to reward. This is what we did last week. It was clear. If you joined from last week, you see what we did last week. So that is what we have for USD CAD this week. So I'll go ahead and drop it on the entry group. For people that just joined us this week, my name is Counselor, and I do this every week, every Monday and every Friday. It is for people that cannot analyze trade themselves and trade alone. So I created this just to carry everybody along. I do it every Monday, and on Friday we come back to the same pair that we analyzed today and see how it's been going. I've done this thing for more than 6 months now from last year, and I'll keep doing it every day. It is free. Nobody is asking you for anything. So this is our USD card buy bias for the week. And if you want to join the entry group where all these entries are dropped, you can check the live description after we've gone live, after we are done with the classes. Check the descriptions and follow the communities there to receive the signals. So the next one for the week is, and then like I always say, we have only 5 pairs in our watch list. Yes, only. And I'm still looking to reduce it. As time goes on, we'll continue reducing it. So that's how we're going to do. So like I told you last week, we were bearish on the GBP USD. Last week we were bearish. Last 2 weeks we were bullish. Jesus Christ, what's happening? So like I told you, what that happened, it is yes, it's normal. It is it's fundamental analysis. It's fundamentals, but technicals play roles into it. Don't just be blinded by saying that everything is technical, everything is technical. No. Yes, you might be correct, but it's not entirely technical. It is not. Looking at this point alone, you see that this is already a break of structure to the downside. From the 4 hour time frame, this is your liquidity so lying around all these places, and then there's this point that price came and rejected from. That is why we took this buy. Sorry, we took this sell. It's very like this is like I said on Friday. This is the cleanest entry you see around. It is very clean. It is very clean. So had it been I do this class, this session around Asian session, would have been on this sell, but no need. So let's see where price is headed. Where is price headed? Where is price headed? Jesus Christ. Let's go to the daily. Okay. So, like I said, there are obstacles everywhere. And with this massive dump happening, price is expected to come back to close all of them. But my own is not to be an analyst. My own is to make money. So overall, price is expected, if this trade war continue, it's expected to dump to these levels. I'm marking it because they're all fresh levels that have not been tested. But the one closest is this one. This one have already been tested, bullish, tested, bullish. But then let's see. So there's no need. dancing around. We're just looking to continue to sell at least to this region, to this region. So back to what I normally say: break of structure, liquidity, POI. For example, this is the one that we've already missed. It is as clear as day. What did I just type? GBP USD. It is as clear as day. So let's go back. If you just joined us, kindly like the video so that people else can see and also join. So this is obviously the break of structure. This is my entry time frame anyway. So people that are asking, my entry time frame is always 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 30 minutes. Sometimes if I want to get sniper entries and whatever, I go down to 15 minutes and 5 minutes for confirmations and entry. But for my entry, it's from 1 hour below. So that's why I'm looking for my break of structure. It is clear. I've already told you guys how to mark a break of structures. Break of structure. Where is your liquidity? Like I said, if you are buying, if you are selling, you're selling now, you're looking for a shape. A shape meaning it will be like this and be like this. I'm drawing A shape. I'm saying A shape, I'm drawing V shape. It should be like this. This is how your A looks like. This is how your A looks like here and here. So if you not just something like this, don't take your trade. But if you're already an OG, no need. Just do your thing. Nobody's going to disturb you. Just do your thing. So if you look at this thing now, you see that from this place, price went up and came down. You can see it from this place. Your line chart will clearly show you. Your line chart will show you always. It's not hidden. From this line chart, you see that break of structure, there's A shape there. There's A shape there. But you cannot just take out just that small A shape because that A shape has wicks. Because candlesticks, line chart doesn't have wicks. Line chart does not have wicks. Nothing concerning wicks for line chart at all. So looking at this line chart now, you've already seen your A setup here, which is this A here, and then coming back here, you see that they all have wicks. Where did the wick end? The wick ended somewhere here. So what is the POI after those wicks? Because remember, the POI that is closest to your liquidity is what you take. So this is where liquidity is, and this is your POI. Simple. And then your entry from that POI straight to the external range liquidity. You can cover this week, of course. But if you look at this guy, nothing there for week for that place. Look at where it ended. See where it ended. So for you to avoid price tapping you out and running along, like I always say, I am this person that is comfortable with 3R. I've already made comfortable income trading 3R. So why do I have to come and change now and trying to start making it, tighten it and all? Yes, if you tighten, you make money. But at the end of the day, you see that you lose more trades than you make. But if you keep your risks and your invalidation zones nicely covered, you still make money at the end of the day. So from that point, your 3R is somewhere here. Your TP has been hit. Look at 3R here, sir. So as you can, like I told you before, if you figure out where your liquidities has been drawn to, once price taps you in, it goes directly to your TP. At least it will go 3R before any pullback. I said this thing the other time. It must go directly to your TP, at least 3R before any major pullback. Before any major pullback. So now this have already been missed. The same thing again happened. Your break of structure here, your V shape has happened already, and boom. But then this is another angle for people that trade breaker blocks. People that trade breaker blocks, but I don't teach that here. My own is liquidity, POI, and whatever. Because this, if you go to lower time frame now, like 15 minutes, did you see that this thing that happened here is a liquidity, is a V shape? Did you see it? Break of structure, V shape with your liquidity and your entry. So it's not even a missed trade after all. It's not a missed trade after all. So your entry for this one, like you see, let me say it again, from your 1 hour time frame, if you don't see your liquidity, you can go down. You can go down. You can go down. But the more you're going down, the more noise that the chart is showing you. But now you've seen your liquidity. This is it. This is your clear V shape. Sorry, why am I using V shape every time? This is your clear A shape because you want to sell. And after you've seen this liquidity, this is it here from the line chart to from the line chart, guys, is here. Yeah. So you come back to your normal chart. Where did it end? Around that place. So after this guy now, where is your POI that is closest to this liquidity? Where is your POI? Your POI is this breaker block here. So how do you mark a breaker block? When a sell overlaps a buy, or when a buy overlaps a sell, that's just your breaker block. This is it here, all of them here. You can cover all these things, but no, for you to mark it, you mark it like this. You remember, you don't know what happened here yet. You don't know what happened there yet. Mark it like this, and then go back to that your entry time frame, which is 1 hour, and fine tune it. Fine. From 1 hour now, you've seen that this is your clean breaker. This is your clean breaker block. You extend and then put your entry. So your sell should now be from the breaker immediately. Now, do you see the reason why I talked about you being generous with your SL? So now let's say, for example, that because this thing have not happened already, of course, we are forward testing, right? Like this, we are forward testing. So let's say this have not happened already. And now your mind, you are always tightening your SL. You know, say this is let me put this somewhere here. This is where this thing is, blah 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 blah. I'm looking for 3 hour. This is 3 hour. I'm decent. I'm looking for either 5 or 6 or 7 hour. That's your business. That's whatever makes you sleep well at night. That's what you do. And then you've done it. And then price comes, taps you out, and then dumps. Let's say you're not on your phone, you're not on your system, you just set the limit and went to work or something. Price came, take you out, and went the same direction you're going to go. Now you've lost the trade. You've missed out entirely on the trade. And he printed. Zilla has this have done happen to him most of the time. Tony Ike, the same thing. A lot of people this have happened to. So I said, Omo, I am comfortable covering. This week is too big to cover. Look at it's very big. So what do? You can just take 50% of that week from here to here. This is your kidney, right? Boom. So now your SL should be above 50% of that week. Above 50% of that week. You're gone, you're good. If it takes you out, let it be that it took you out. But at least do your own part and leave the rest for the chart. And then from there, we have done what? We've seen our 3 hour in one push. So look at it. Straightforward. Once this guy pushes and you break even or whatever, I don't like using break even again, I beg. That thing is from the devil. So your 3 hour has been hit just by following structure. So I don't turn to the teacher now. So what are you looking for on this guy again? This is another break of structure. This is another break of structure. Now, there's no liquidity. There's no liquidity. There are types of liquidities, but there's no liquidity right now. Even on to 15 minutes, there's no liquidity. So it's still forming. If it comes like this and breaks and gives a clear A, then our entry will be from these guys. From these guys, that is where our entry will be from. Remember, I said if price gives you that A setup. If it did not give you that setup, you go and take it. The loss is on you. The loss is on you. I said it already. The loss is on you. So back to 1 hour time frame. So I'm expecting price to come back to this region and then we sell. So it should be like this. No, I'm not putting entry because before people say that, Counselor said, I've not seen my liquidity yet because everybody that joined this live, there are only 2 left. So once I drop it with entry mod with entry signal now, they will go and set their limit and then chop loss and come and say, counselor said. What I said was it will print your liquidity first and price enters, and then you continue the downside. Our target for the week is this place. Yes, for the week is this place. Because from 4 hour time frame, you see that price is already bearish, dumping, taking out lows, taking out any lows that are closer. So now this one have been taken out, and I saw someone in the DM in someone is buying this guy right now from this place. It can work, but I'm not sure it will work. This will be an this will be easily an SL because all these buys have happened already. As price is coming down from this mountain, you cannot catch a falling knife. You cannot catch a falling knife. You cannot catch a falling knife. At the end of the week, I'm expecting to see GBP USD somewhere around here, and that is why my plan is the way it is. So that's how I'm going to send it to the chat. It is going to be like this. We can take our entry from this point. Yes, hits here and down. So I'm removing this because it already played out. Good. So the clearer one now is from this place. So this is my bias for the week on GBP USD. So I'm going to send it to the group now. G GBP USD sell bias. So today I'm not even doing fast. Next one is GBP NZD. So GBP NZD has been bullish has been bearish for almost since the year started. We've been selling this guy since the year started. From January, look at it. We've been selling it. We've been selling it. We've been selling. And for our target is somewhere here because our target is we didn't just get our target by vibe or what we think or what we feel. It is all engineered. Look at it. It's all engineered by price, action, and time. Price and time. So, like I said, on GU, it broke the first low, broke the second low. It's bearish. You can't tell me nothing. Yes, it can take time because if you look at here now, here is taking a lot of time from January 30 till March. Price never still move any important thing. So, my target is coming to this low. Yeah, coming to this low. But the problem is now is this pair is very, very sluggish. Very, very sluggish. The reason why I choose this place is because it's the only trend line that is overlapping this one. This is the only one that's overlapping this one. So if you look very well, you see that tap to the other one. So if this one gets taken out again, then we are going for this one. But I'm very, very bearish on this guy. I'm very, very bearish on this guy. So let's go and look for an entry for ourselves for this week. What are we looking at? What do we expect price to do for us to say that we're entering the sell again? This one have already been played out, so I'm removing them. Okay, it's not there. So where is it? One that is here. Okay, I think it's this one. It's not though. Oh, the main guy. This is the main guy. The main guy. I'm busy this one. It's not. Where did SL come from? Is this one? Uh-huh. Start. So we're good. So now, simple thing, break of structure, liquidity, POI. Break of structure, liquidity, POI. Let's see if there's anyone. This one I've already hit the sell, so no need. Just stay here. You're good. So this is the break of structure, of course. And the law of break of structure that happened in this time frame, a lot. See break of structure, one, two, three, like e choke. So now let's be realistic and check what we're going to do. If you check, this is the immediate breaks, the immediate break of structures. The ones that are most closest is this one, you broke here, went up, boom, you didn't buy from this place because this is break of structure. Remember, break of structure, liquidity, POI. So you didn't buy. He broke structure again here again, went up, due liquidity. He bought from here, he sold from here, and then break of structure, boom. There's no clear liquidity, and he's doing all this nonsense. So for me, I am still banking on this guy to sell from this region. Yeah, this region. I would have wanted to use this, but then this FVG here is still fresh. So I'm going to use that FVG. I'm going to use that FVG. As is it. I'm going to use that FVG. So price should come in here and sell and sell. So that is it. As simple as ABCD. Price should come into that place and sell. So that is my bias for GBP NZD. That's my bias for GBP NZD. So my bias for GBP NZD, boom. So the last one, oh shit, we still have two or more. I'm slow today. Oh. Ooh, I said it last week. I said it last week. I said it last. Ah, Jesus, this is so clean. I dropped this last week. Did I drop it? I did. I did. Let me look for it. I dropped it last week. Which one is today now? Yeah, I dropped it last week. I dropped it. And I called it BE. So, and now it came back and boom. Kai. It's so sweet to watch. I called it BE last week. I called it last week already. So if you woke up around and boom, very soon you go hit. I called it a BE last week. So I guess that is it for the week on GBP, GBP, USD JPY. That is it. We called it last week. USD JPY report from last week. So for the last one for the road is going to be, I called it last week already, so I'm not going to look at anything again on it because it's the same targets now. From last week, we called the buy, like this is the first buy we called on USD We missed it, which is this one is here. And then second entry was this one, and it came back and hit our BE. There's only that I told them to close because most of the students there are trading prop firms and I know while so I told them to close it and then leave it. So market opened from this point and it's already headed to the TP. So I cannot give analysis again till it gets to here because I said this place is still fresh. It's just one tap. That one is based on key level. You guys already know. So based on key level, this place is still fresh. So if price hits this TP and rejects from here, we are still selling. This guy can sell this week and buy next week. Like, look at it. He sold this week. That was February. He sold February and then he bought the same February. This is just March. So once you see a break, you enter. Once you see a break, you enter. So that is it. I cannot drop any other thing on this guy. So the last but not the least is GBP card. Whoa. See, if you look at everything I'm doing, you can say counselor is this, counselor is that. But if you join me on this live for only 1 month, Monday, Friday, if you do it consecutively for 1 month, you will know that trading is easy. Trading is easy. I didn't mark all these things myself. We do them together here. The losses, look at this one, the loss and everything. So what I'm saying is very simple. Our targets for this one have already been hit, like smashed. So we'll look for another target again. From dailies. So where is price now dumping to? Taking out this one, all these things here, taking it out and taking this one out with time. So which means our next target is this fresh here. Here is our next target. Because of what? This guy has been selling since January. Like, it has been selling since January. When I was forced to buy, I chop myself. Continue selling. Your job is simple. Just come to the live. When I live together, go to your charts. Now you know what you're looking for. You don't just start looking for them by let me just keep trying it will work. No, we have seen what works around here. Just come to the live. We analyze together, and then you go and make your entry. Very, very clean entry. So this was from last week. And if you go to the channel and scroll back, you see this thing before they played out. You see the befores and the afters. So what are we looking for on this guy? Simple break of structure, liquidity. This one is already our SL. I'm leaving all of them for journal sake. So now, this thing I've already broken this guy and he closed the body. So nobody's telling me about whatever. About gaps. The gaps will be closed. Yeah. So let me just look for where price will come back to before we sell. I'm looking for closest break of structures. This one is closed, but it's kind of far. So this one, break of structure, liquidity. So I'm anticipating price to come back. Well, it's already missed to price to come back to this point. Yes, this point. But then if you don't miss them, let me sit and rest. Because this thing here is a clear A-shaped liquidity. I don't mark my liquidity again, I just draw my entry. But then for people that are joining us, I'm not going to put this two. I'm not going to put this two for anybody. I'm going to put the two. Let me just put this one. This one is clear because the liquidity is already clear. I've taught you how to mark order block, how to mark breaker block. I've taught you two type of entry confirmations. I've taught you candlestick confirmations, the morning star, the evening star. I've taught you how to get key level entries. I've taught you literally everything on this live. The only problem is you come today, you don't come tomorrow. So that is not on me. Like I said, everything I'm going to be doing on this calls are going to be entirely free. The only problem is did you join the live or not? So this one have already been broken. I'm taking this thing off. The job has been done. So next line we are looking out to is this one. But remember, price cannot just dump like that and go and dead. And then as you are seeing this thing here, it's giving you 7 weeks to reward. Once you see 2 hour, 3 hour, take your profit and then leave the rest to run. Yes, if you're making 1:1, 1:2, 1:3, 1:4, 1:5, you will make money. But the problem is we just want to take 1:20 at once. It is not realistic, bro. So if you want to keep deceiving yourself, continue. But me and my students that I know, we are comfortable with 1:3 hour, and that's what we do. So this is my trade for GBP card for the week. GBP card for the week. So if you have any question, this is your best time to ask because we are done. GBP card sell buyers. We are done. So the next thing we check for the everything I do on this live is simple. We've seen an entry on this guy. The reason why I saw the entry because the break of total is already clear and then the liquidity is clear. So no need for me to say I'm giving you guys only chart patterns or bias. This one have already been printed and is already close to the TP. This one, the reason why I gave this thing like this is because let me just give the entry the way it's supposed to be. So all these ones are liquidity. What? All these ones are liquidity. So let me just drop it. Let me just drop it because I don't like spoon feeding people. Oh, I don't like spoon feeding people. But then I'll cover all this place. That's the thing. I'll cover all this place. But if you take this in alone, you see confirmation entry. Good. One is two, three. We've broken this one already. So remove. We are headed for this one. Boom. So that's it. I'm not sending this one again to the group. So if you're on this live, you can copy it. That is your own. I already sent the bias to the group. So if you're on the live, you can take a screenshot of this. So if you have any question, drop it on the chat. Let me look at them right now before we close for the week. For the day. So this is what pair GBP NZD because the break of structure is really clear. The liquidity is here. Once it clears this liquidity, it's coming back to this place or is a missed trade. That is as simple as it gets. So GBP USD, did I give entry here? I did not give entry here because there's no liquidity yet formed. Look at it, there's no liquidity yet formed. It's just bouncing down, bouncing down. But of course, I know because I've been in liquidity for a very long time now. This thing here is once candle mitigation liquidity. So I believe that once price comes back to this place, it will sell. But I'm not sending it again to the group. I just sent it. I just sent the buyers alone. I believe this guy will sell from this place. I believe it will sell from this place. Just merely looking at it like this, it will sell from this place. So that is for GBP. This is the liquidity here. Like I said, if you're new to liquidity and or you should come down to wait for your A plus A shape liquidity or V shape. So that one will know that is clear. But someone like me, I already know. Once I see my break of structure, the next candle, that pullback is my liquidity. So if you know what I know, you can understand what I just said. So it's not that deep. But I'm not sending this entry to the group. This entry are for people that are still on this live. That is your own reward for being on the live. So simple. That's it. And then for USD card, we got an entry on that one because everything is clear. Everything is clear. So the entry is decent. We got the entry and then waiting for price to come to them so we can cook. Did I send this entry like this? Oh shit. If I did, well, I could do. Boom. Uh-huh. Let me check. Did I do it well? If I didn't do it well, so oh shit, I didn't do it well. Oh. So let me repaste it because people that will come and disturb me now. Edit, edit. You know, go agree. Delete. So I'll delete it and paste it again. USD card, buy bias. USD card, right? Yes. So I've sent it. Like I said again, if for you to see all this trade that we just sent, check the description of this life, of all the life you've had. You will see everything there. You see, just join the Telegram group, you will see everything there. Everything I'm doing here is free. But if you want to learn directly from me, that one you're paying for my time. That one is not free. And every signal I'm dropping here, they're all biased. Please risk like someone that went to school. Don't go and blow up your account and come and say cancel all this, cancel all that. So I think that is it for the week. And before we close for the week, I'll like normal thing I do, I check for the news and then I say what news we have for the week. But right now, the news are just fundamentals which you should pay attention to while doing any of your tradings. But with the current events, there are some pages that I'll advise you to follow on X so that you will take like the news as it's happening. Every news right now, this year, since Donald, since the US, whatever, every news happening right now is no longer just benched on your My Forex fund, My Forex book, or whatever. Yes, it's no longer based on that because things are changing. Things are changing. So you follow those accounts that talk about those things. That is how you follow them. For example, Michael Bloomberg, Financial Juice. Which one again? There are three that I follow that I get all updates like in real time. Of course, you follow the president of America too, because that one, his tweet carries weight too. But in as much as it's not as volatile as it's not as volatile as this guy as crypto, because you cannot just say something or is going to dump and to start dumping it. This forex market, the money is too much. Your voice alone cannot drop it like that. So the only thing that will work is doing it slowly. So once the news is being released, you can now say, okay, this, okay, that. So the this I follow is a hair, unusual whales, Mike Bloomberg, and then of Financial Juice. Follow these people, turn on the notifications, and with what you're trading, you start making sense to you. Because Twitter, X is a place that you can just wake up and see random news flying. But then for the financial economic news for the week, like today, they have the Euro news, and then there is PMI happening at 7 hours. That is at New York section. There will be PMI news happening at New York section today, which is Monday. So on Tuesday, there is also on Tuesday there is no news for USD. I don't really care about euro. I don't trade euro. That's why I said, according to what you trade, use it to make your own judgment. So on Wednesday, there is USD PMI again on 16 o'clock. That's New York session, and then ADP New York session still. So that is on Wednesday. On Thursday, there is initial jobless claim. This one is news. On Wednesday, there's this news around 2:30. That's 14:30 New York session. So all the news always happen in New York session, of course, because it's the US. And then on Friday, there is NFP. Yes, NFP is happens always on the first Friday of every month is NFP. You should know this thing as a trader. It should be in your head. You don't even need to come to the computer go and check it. So now you know that on Friday, New York session. On Thursday, New York session. On Wednesday, New York session. On Tuesday, nothing. And on Monday, New York session. So always be open to all those things. And then I hope that, oh shit, I didn't even share the screen. So sorry. So sorry, no verse. I didn't even know that I didn't share. Nobody even told me in the comments. The comments are here for you to tell me what I'm not doing right. I don't know why you're just keeping quiet. Anyway, I believe you got everything you needed for the week. Stay stay positive for the week and have a good day. If you have any question, DM me, all the expressions I've already dropped on the description so I can help you if you need anything. So have a good day and enjoy the rest of your week. There's no question yet, so I think I'll be calling it a day here. When there's question, I will know. But now there's no question. Thank you and have a good day.